you're not going to check raise bluff your mother. But
well, I will usually fold.
Oh, she's fold. She's in it for sure. My mother's definitely in it. She's risk averse.
I notice this in poker a lot. That a lot of people who play poker don't really seem to like poker, or like they don't find it fulfilling in the same way that like a chess player would. People are using poker as a transition to do the thing they really want to do. Use poker as a way to get money, and then once they got money, they're like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go start my own business or do whatever. Like they don't seem to stick around.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a matter of fulfillment. I at the end of the day, poker is a card game. It's similar in my eyes to Rummy or Go Fish or War or any card game that you play with your family at the dinner table. Now, poker might be a little bit more intricate, and you're not going to check raise bluff your mother, but
well, I will usually fold.
Oh, she's fold. She's in it for sure. My mother's definitely in it. She's risk averse. But I think poker can be. I think it just comes down to fulfillment. So some people might find poker really fulfilling, and that's kind of the question internally that I ask myself when it comes to, for in your case, chess, or for LeBron James, the NBA, Michael Jordan. Are sports? This comes back to the question that Sean asked. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of your life? And I think that's up to the individual to decide. How do you want to devote your life, and what do you want out of this game? I don't think poker is my end goal. I really enjoy the game personally, and I will continue to play it probably throughout my life. But who knows? Maybe in a decade, maybe in 4 years, I'd like to have the potential to explore whatever avenue I wish to pursue.
Yeah.
I would maybe like to start studying physics, space travel, stuff like that, but I need the money to do that. So we'll see where it ends up. But again, I don't think YouTube is my end goal. It's just the next step in my life's journey.
Really quick before we move on, do you find, because I'll speak for myself really quick, and then you can tell me if I'm an idiot or if you agree.
Don't think you're an idiot.
Well, you haven't heard yet. Give me a chance.
Sure, yeah. Prove that I'm wrong. Prove your idiocy.
Well, so YouTube has this is my experience of YouTube. It has this really interesting balance of like, it can be really fun and engaging, and it can bring a lot of like energy, and it can be fun. I think, like Tom, Jess, I know these guys because of YouTube. I know you because of YouTube. Like, it's been this really cool thing in my life. There are also moments, which I'm sure you've experienced, where you're like, I got to edit again. I got to sit down and film again. I got, where I would say 90% of the time I enjoy it. And there's 10% where I'm like, whew, I don't want to sit in front of that computer anymore. Like I'm done. I want to go outside and take a walk or whatever. So how are you finding that the YouTube is enjoyable, and that like you were talking about like what you enjoy pursuing? Do you feel like that is currently what you enjoy pursuing, or are there times where you're like, dude, I'm done with this. This is burning me out?
There are a lot of times I conceptualize that emotion as the wall.
Sure.
I run into 100 walls every video. My job is to find a way to get over the next wall, and the next wall, the next wall, the next wall. Whether that's by just simply punching it down, climbing over it, looking around it. All of these walls are just temporary restrictions that are standing in the way of me accomplishing and reaching my goal. Marcus Aurelius said, I'm probably paraphrasing here. Again, we're still 2 shots deep here, and a White Claw that is very much simmered into the esophagus, into the stomach. We're not going to get this one right. He said, impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So these walls, they're actually helping me. These are a necessary restriction, because in me climbing over this wall, I'm bettering myself. I'm becoming a stronger version that is actually now capable to accomplish what I wanted to do. And in the editing case, if I'm burnt out mentally, or if I'm fatigued, or if I just don't have an idea, finding ways to get this done. So for instance, in this last video that I did with T1000, where he bluffed me with the 5 deuce, I experimented so much with audio mixing. There's 5 layers of audio in that clip. There's the live commentary, there's post commentary, the commentators, music, and all of that is interlaced with and I fade music, fade it in, fade it out. So there's 4 audio levels just going like this throughout, and it's synonymous with music in a sense, where that's a lot of what people don't really see the back end. So I am putting a lot of time into each production. This one probably took 100 hours plus. So when all the comments were like, buddy, you don't have a clue what you're doing. You have a big opportunity and you're squandering it. I'm like, I'm trying to make the best production that I possibly can. This is my entire life. I don't go out. I don't spend that much time with friends. I actually just hired my buddy Eric to be my videographer. I owe a lot. I'm in debt currently, but I'm taking a chance and I'm willing to go deeper into the hole of debt to bring someone on that I think will make better videos. And I'm just betting on myself that it will work out in the end. Yeah.
To share so that people, if you're not out there and you've never done YouTube before, I liken it to this. Like, I remember being in high school and my youth pastor that we'd show up and do youth group and stuff. I remember being like, oh, I love his job. Like, all you do is like, you prepare this thing once a week and then you got games and fun and da-da-da. I'm like, I remember helping him and preparing everything along the way and being like, oh, okay, maybe this isn't the most fun job in the world. Like, it's a lot of work. And YouTube, I think, is perceived the same way. Like, oh, what do you film yourself and you put a video out there, but hundreds of hours of work. How many, I don't know many people that are putting in that level of grind at their daily job, trying to make it somewhere else. I know a lot of business owners that are, and that's essentially what you're doing. And so, kudos to you for putting it in, and for everybody out there. If you've never done this side of it, there's a lot to it. It's very, very challenging.
Thank you. Yeah. It is a job in the technical term. It's generating revenue and it's scaling. So it's very much a business.
Yeah.
But I've meditated on the idea of what do I want to accomplish with my life. And it's not really a job in the sense that I hate it.
Right.
You love it.
Yeah. No, but I guess my point is you're putting in energy, actively pursuing a return. That's essentially what a business is. For sure. But it's seen often as like, oh, this guy's just being a goofball and he's just doing whatever he wants and filming it. Like, it's not. It's
to their credit, I am
correct.
There's almost this layer that they don't see of production.
Yeah.
Where, for instance, the blackjack episode where I gambled 66% of my net worth on one hand of blackjack. God forbid, I'm an idiot for doing that. Would I do it again? Don't tell my mother, but absolutely. Before we shot, it was one singular hand of blackjack. We shot for 50 minutes before going down to the main lobby.
Really?
We shot us walking down the hallway. Nick flickering the flame of him holding the blunt. Him throwing the little no smoking sign in the trash can. All these little shots we're getting and creating this production. It's almost, in a sense, a movie set that we can then go back in post-production and make it look as if it were one take. When in reality, it's 20 different shots that are cut up into one take.
And the tension that adds to that scene.
So much. It's great. I love it.
So much. And it's so worthwhile. Yeah.
Mm.